Things are not looking good for Star Wars. Things are not looking good for the next Star Wars movie. You know, the Rey movie that Kathleen Kennedy announced during Star Wars Celebration. Because in this video, I cover exactly what the director, Sharmeen obaid-chinoy, said in a recent interview with the losers over at Vice. And it's not good. It's not good at all. But now you're going to want to stay to the very end of this video because I'm going to actually explain to you how the Rey movie could have actually been good. Enjoy. In a recent interview, the director for the new Star Wars Rey movie said something extremely troubling that is just another indicator that the next Star Wars movie is gonna be complete garbage. As you all remember, during Star Wars Celebration, Kathleen Kennedy announced that the next movie was gonna be a Rey movie. Literally a movie that nobody is asking for. A movie that is certainly gonna bomb in the box office because nobody is looking out for a Rey Star Wars movie. But what was worse about the announcement was who Kathleen Kennedy announced to be its director. That's this person right here, Sharmeen obaid-chinoy, who famously said this.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable. That I am working to bring something that makes you uncomfortable, and it should make you uncomfortable because you need to change your attitude. And it's only when you're uncomfortable, when you're shifty, when you have to have difficult conversations that you will perhaps look at yourself in the mirror and not like the reflection, and then say, maybe there is something wrong with the way I think, or maybe there is something wrong with the way I am addressing this issue.
Make no mistake about it, Kathleen Kennedy hired Sharmeen obaid-chinoy to push a narrative because you see, Kathleen Kennedy's entire focus is not to give you a good Star Wars movie. No, it's to push a narrative. It's to change Star Wars from what it was, a story about father and son, to what it is now, a story about Rey. And Sharmeen obaid-chinoy is the perfect director to make that transformation possible. Because you see, in a recent interview, the Star Wars director stated that her film is part of a critical mass of women who have begun to move forward in places that were previously closed to them. That statement alone should show you that Sharmeen obaid-chinoy knows absolutely nothing about Star Wars, because Star Wars began with literally Princess Leia giving the plans to R2-D2 to find Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not to mention that the actual leader of the rebellion was a woman, Moth Mothma. And we can't forget about Ahsoka Tano, who easily had the best hero arc in all of Star Wars, and it all began with fans literally hating her as a little brat when Clone Wars began, to us loving her by the end of the series. But Kathleen Kennedy doesn't care about those characters. She only cares about her Star Wars characters. Characters such as Rey, who she is bending over backwards to try and make into the face of Star Wars. And unfortunately, that's never gonna happen because Kathleen Kennedy made the mistake to hire literally an activist to direct the Rey movie. A director who clearly has her own biases and agendas as to what should be in the Rey Star Wars movie. Now, me personally, I think that a Rey movie could have worked. I think that we could have had a Rey movie that, if it would have gone in a different direction, like say maybe having Rey fully embracing her true lineage of being a Palpatine and thus succumbing to the darkness within her, ultimately leading to her becoming the next Sith Lord, all while another individual who was already teased to being a Jedi, I don't know, like maybe Finn, and then the movie is all about Finn trying to turn Rey back to the light, trying to remind her of who she really is and that she doesn't have to abide by the legacy of Palpatine. Do you imagine that movie about redemption? Now that's a movie that could have been good. That's a movie that could have felt like real Star Wars. But you let me know what you think down in the comments, and like always, don't forget to subscribe. Do it. Sensational.